Hello everyone, it is Kaahlan, and welcome back to Danganronpa. We are in the middle of the second class trial, and I'm just gonna get right back into it because I'm very excited and I'm having a good time, and I want to know what the last difference is between Genocide Jack's or Jill's killing style versus the one that happened here. Okay, let's do it.
Huh? My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack
I was gonna
case.
say, they were all men.
There's a pattern there, just waiting
Okay,
to be
I did
discovered.
actually notice that.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Yeah. Okay, I did notice that all the victims were male. I'm not sure why I didn't comment on it. I think it was because I still had the theory that... Oh, so I brought up that I had the idea very early on that Chihiro might be a boy, but there were a couple reasons for that. It was the locker room comments, some of the handbook comments, it was the weakness comments. I just feel like there's been a lot of stuff, and then they even pointed out in the last episode that like Chihiro didn't talk to the girls and got along with all the guys and stuff, so I feel like they've just been making a lot of comments regarding gender. Anyway. Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yep, they were all men.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
The voice acting for Genocide Jill is so good.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
So now I'm wondering if I'm actually wrong in reverse, where... she would have killed Chihiro if I actually don't know if the whole Chihiro is a boy thing is actually real or just a theory that I have right now. But if she did know Chihiro were actually a boy, then he would fit her. Okay, let's see what they have to say.
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Aren't there scissors in the sewing kit?
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
How did she get her scissors in the school?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
Maybe she's got like a scissor holster.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
At least for this kill, Kiyotaka. At least for this
The
kill.
body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah, the police and Byakuya.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. I know who it is. It's Byakuya Tagami.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Maybe.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire.
Okay, I think I am right. I think Chihiro is a boy, was working out in the boys' locker room, and Byakuya killed him. I have no idea how he got— oh! He was the one who showed us the e-handbooks. So he was the one who even showed us that you could take them from dead students. So he just probably took one of the girls' handbooks, which were there, and opened up the girls' locker room, moved everything into the girls' locker room so he could pin it on freaking Toko. And he also probably did something with Chihiro's e-handbook so that we wouldn't know it all happened in the boys' locker room. Okay, I think I've got this case cracked. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? He was the one who led us to the body, wasn't he? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
We didn't know who the victim was yet. Did we?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. New element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, It might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flash back? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, so we have to memorize something. I'm so worried about messing these up.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Oh, I'm not
you
sure.
wish you'd taken me with you.
Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check
I
the
didn't mean
girls'
to
locker
do that.
room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Okay, I accidentally loaded it and then
I
shot
wish
it,
you'd
so that
taken
wasn't
me
right.
with you.
So I just need to... Okay, maybe I just
So,
need to
you said Byakuya was acting kind of
shoot
weird
the
before we
one
found
that
the body.
Byakuya said. Maybe
But
I don't
he was
actually need to
acting
copy here.
weird.
Because I don't know...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The only thing I'm
victim
not
was
sure of
Chihiro, who
is
was a
why...
girl.
Okay, so that wasn't right. We do need to copy it. What? Do you think there's some mistake lurking in what I said? Okay, no, I was wrong. Okay, so I need to copy that one then. Alright.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
Am I like able to copy a phrase and then use it at the start of the conversation is really what I'm wondering?
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. I don't know if I'm actually right here. Okay, so I do
you
keep my
said
gun.
Byakuya was
My
acting
gun,
kinda
my
weird
bullet.
before we found
Was
the
that not
body.
right? Son of a gun. I messed up again. Well, where am I supposed to
So, you
shoot
said
that then?
Byakuya was
I did
acting
not mean to
kinda
shoot
weird
that
before
there.
we found the
Calm
body.
down.
But he was
I just
acting
double clicked.
weird.
I didn't mean to.
How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check
Or
the
wait.
girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
Was I supposed to copy...
What's so strange about that?
Maybe I'm supposed to copy Hina's and use it to take out Chihiro's. Okay. Let's
So,
try
you
one.
said
I did not
Byakuya
mean to
was
do that
acting
again.
kinda weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
if you're presented with the opportunity
If I'm wrong
to
again,
check
then
out
this
the
sucks.
girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
Okay. We figured it out. I was just doing it backwards. It's fine.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we
Okay,
couldn't have
that's what
known
I
who the
thought.
victim was.
And that was what I said initially, but I just really misunderstood the order in which things needed to happen. Okay, we're good though.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
Yeah, the extension cord.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Extension cord? Library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And
I'm
I
just
use
making
those same
sure.
scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something
Wait, I'm just...
fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, it's wrong.
Okay. Whew, I thought I almost hit the whisper there.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Yep, sure did.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one
This
who took
feels
the
kind of
extension cord.
messy. I
can't
expected
imagine
better
any
from
other
Byakuya,
possibility.
honestly.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
No, you killed her in the boys' locker room.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
No, there's still something wrong. You didn't kill her in the girls' locker room. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still.
Well, I feel like the game's now trying to be like, actually, it's not Byakuya.
There's something
But if it
that's
wasn't,
still
then I have
bothering
no
me.
idea who it would be.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Why would he be admitting this, though? This is where I'm very thrown off now.
What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime!
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Yeah.
Rest of the murder scene?
Uh-oh, he seems concerned now.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, you'd been so confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realize that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Would this matter? If we just knew that it was him, would it matter where it happened? Don't we just have to vote on a killer? I'm just curious. I'm not sure.
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Oh.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
And the rugs.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Sure does.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Yeah, especially if you were trying to make it seem like it was a girl who had done it.
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Yeah, and Leon's handbook didn't work.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? I bet he's gonna bring up the handbooks, and then we're gonna say, no, Leon's handbook was broken. Yeah.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook of...
No, yeah. It's wrong. It doesn't work.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Not against borrowing it.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
I did think that maybe a handbook had gotten hacked earlier, but...
You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Monokuma said the handbooks have one weakness. I wonder what it is.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it, then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, our girl Kyoko coming in.
I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Shush, Mondo.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh, we're just making our own rules now?
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Alright. So, before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off, with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Okay, not Hifumi.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Yeah, Sakura, the real MVP.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Okay, so I did call that really early on.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Wait, did Hifumi have an idea? No, he didn't. Okay.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Oh, that's funny, Monokuma, because you sure did use she, her pronouns in the Monokuma file.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him! So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
All right. Well.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Let's resume the class trial on the next episode. I feel like I totally called that really early and I didn't vocalize it on any of the episodes because I wasn't sure if it would be uncomfortable or offensive or not. I don't know. Stuff like this is always in a little bit of a gray area. But I guess we'll see what happens next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it as always, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, goodbye.